Coming up on Good Morning Wilmington Live, co-owner of Bardea Food Chain, Scott Stein stops by the plaza to talk about the Bardea experience and new Bardea Steak. Plus, Vice President of NR Delaware, India Colon-Diaz stops by to talk about Hispanic Heritage Month and the upcoming Hispanic Parade. And Above Xpectations Track Club is on the plaza to celebrate their recent 2022 Amateur Athletic Union National Club Championship. Be sure to tune in Wednesday, August 17th at 10 a.m. right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? I'm your main man, Big Ivan, talking to town, Mr. DETVCH.com, with my lovely co-host,
Vincenza. And good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Vincenza.
Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day. Oh, see, I got you saying it now.
Yeah.
Say that first.
You guys, it was sticking.
It was
sticking around here.
Consistency.
Yes, consistency is key.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. How are you feeling today?
I'm great. It is Wednesday. It is the National Nonprofit Day.
Ooh.
It is the day before the PGA
Championship,
yes. Bmw Championship. And I'm super excited because we got some superheroes in the building here on the plaza. So I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
How was your Wednesday going so far?
Wonderful. Now that I'm here, the week is going very well. Super excited for the BMW Championships. If you haven't found out yet,
Right.
It's happening in the city of Wilmington, Newcastle County. They're taking over Wilmington Country Club. Google BMWChampionships.com to find out more information. I'm sure there's some ticket information and parking information, but if you haven't made a reservation yet at one of your local eateries in North Wilmington or Wilmington area, you may not get in, but it's worth a try because there are some celebrities, famous golfers in town.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Look,
so
you have
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Well, we all know that BMW is the ultimate driving machine. And on Monday's episode, we talked to the VP of marketing over at BMW, and she was telling us about the BMW fan experience.
Yes.
And that is amazing, right? And like you said, there's pro golfers that go on in the restaurants. But what we have right here is the Bardea experience. Owner Scott Stein is in the building. Scott, how you doing today, bro?
Doing good.
What's that? Can you real quick, Scott, tell us what that Bardea experience is like?
The Bardea experience, we have been very fortunate downtown Wilmington. We've been well received down here. We have people from all over the East Coast dining at the restaurant, and the Bardea experience is really up to our game. We have Bardea Steak now, so between both restaurants, we're going to be big hosts this week coming up for the BMW experience.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yes.
And so Scott, stay on because we're going to come over and highlight you in a little bit. So I'm super excited about everything, especially the other two guests that we have.
Oh, yes. We have some athletes in the building. We have Coach Antoine Flowers, head coach Above Xpectations Track Club, and Dante Dockery and Anaje Farrell. Very excited to chat with them.
Yes.
As well as India Colon. She is the Vice President of NR Delaware. Super excited to chat with her about Hispanic Heritage Month and the festival and parade happening in September. Yes. One of my favorite parades. Have you attended the parade before?
Yes. Oh, they're amazing.
One of my favorites.
Amazing. The Spanish, the Latino population, they hold it down here in the city of Wilmington, man.
Oh, yes.
Amazing stuff. So when I saw India posted, I was like, yo, Indy, I need you. And
yes, I'm so glad you did, because I was going to message Ivan about this. I was like, we need to have a representative from the Hispanic Festival and Parade on the show, because it always was one of my favorite events held in the city of Wilmington. Actually, when I was Miss Delaware USA, I participated in the parade. It was my favorite parade out of all the parades I participated in. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for saying that, because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Music, dancing, food, everybody was celebrating. And you don't have to be Hispanic to celebrate.
That's right.
And I loved it. Everybody was so welcoming. It was so much fun. It was honestly one of the most memorable parades I've ever participated in. And I look forward to it this year. I want to go. Actually, we should go.
Ooh, we should.
DETV should be
India,
there.
can we get a float? Can we get a
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Is there still time?
We should go. We should
We
go.
should.
We need to check it out.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
We got a heck of a show coming up.
Absolutely. But
All right.
but real quick, before we take a break, I want to touch back on National Nonprofit Day,
Okay.
because in fact, DETV, for many that don't know, is a nonprofit.
That's right.
And we need to celebrate that, because it is National Nonprofit, I guess you would say, we'll talk, even though it's day, month, right?
Oh,
And
see, we did.
I know, we're the same. We were hanging out. We're hanging out with each other a little too long now. But so why don't you share with our viewers a little bit about the nonprofit element and how important it is at DETV?
Well, not just here with DETV, but what it is all about is about community, right? We work for the community, and the way that we do things is, we take donations, just like other nonprofits, or we have a product that we I don't want to say sell out, that we monetize, right? To keep the nonprofit going. And with our nonprofit, we're able to have, I think we have altogether about 25 people that we take care of every month here at DETV to make sure that you at home can see what's going on in Wilmington, keep you informed so you can make awesome and amazing decisions, and just bring a whole nother level of entertainment, from kid shows that we have, because we created our own Sesame Street, to cooking shows with Chef Dana. I mean, then you have the news, and you have Good Morning Wilmington, and it's all because of you at home that sit and say, you know what, I want to make sure that I keep the information going through this gateway, and we are here to say thank you. So National Nonprofit Day, make sure, and I'll put the link, make sure we put the link in there so you can make you can become a partner of the DETV family that keep us on air. So, boy, I sound like PBS, don't I?
Yes, you did. But it's important because you're so passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's important our viewers hear that, and they're listening. We have new viewership every single week that's tuning in. It's growing, and it's wonderful to be a part of the growth at DETV, especially on Good Morning Wilmington, and to see that so many people are coming out and supporting.
Yes.
And the fact that DETV is a nonprofit, they're always accepting donations and obviously looking for sponsors.
Yes.
Just to kind of transition a little bit, because this hits home for me too. I'm also a co-founder of a nonprofit literacy organization called Success Won't Wait. I did mention that a couple of times throughout the year. I'm big on promoting literacy.
Right.
And what it is, I promote literacy starting at a young age. And what I do is I've been doing this since 2002.
Right.
I've been promoting literacy, and I've learned a lot about co-founding a nonprofit and what it entails. And it isn't a lot of work, but I love what it offers the community. And I can talk about nonprofits all day long, because we've had the opportunity to get to know some really wonderful people that are founders of nonprofits, volunteers of nonprofits. I mean, they have hearts of a servant. I really believe that.
And that's what Good Morning Wilmington has done. We evolved into a show that brings grassroots nonprofits on and let people see we give them exposure, people donate, or we donate. So I'm so happy just to be a part of this right here. And there's other nonprofits out there. I think there's over 2,000 nonprofits in the state of Delaware.
Sounds
Is it
about
2,000?
maybe more.
Maybe more.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but
Sounds
find a
about right.
nonprofit that suits your needs, that you would love to donate to, and send them something. $1, $2, who cares? It's your heart that's giving. So, all right, got that out.
Well, other than DETV, what's your favorite nonprofit, if you had to name one? I know this one's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I like AIDS Delaware. I like HIV Consortium. I like pretty much anything that has something to do with the well-being of people. You know what I mean? It could be just someone that like the lady that we spoke to that feeds the homeless.
Yes.
Her small nonprofit. I can't remember the name of it.
But there was another one that's we have so many people on the show that we are so fortunate to meet. Harper's Heart.
Yeah.
That one was a good one.
Pampers and things
That was
out.
a good one.
Yeah, to the mothers?
You know what? I'm going to mention one because it's hitting home for me. The Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition, an incredible nonprofit here in the state of Delaware. I've had the opportunity to get close to all the volunteers and the staff at the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition and volunteer for them.
Nice.
And that one hits home for me. So a shout out to the ladies at the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition, and thank you for everything that you're doing. Nice. And today, you should honor those who volunteer and work for nonprofits because you never know how it will help you, your family, your friend, or your neighbor. You never know.
There you go.
So,
or just call it, just say thank you.
Yes.
If you don't have anything monetary, just say thank you. I mean, that
goes
thank
a long
you
way.
goes a long
yes, it does.
freaking way. So
ready for a commercial
I'm ready.
break?
Let's take a commercial break real quick, and then we'll come back with the Bardea Steak and Bardea experience.
We'll be right back.
Coming up on the plaza, Bardea's own Scott Stein.
How did DETV start and how did you get here?
DETV started approximately 10 years ago in the basement of my home. I had an idea to show people of color doing great things, but what happened was I got to the point that I said, I'm gonna just show people all together doing great things. The motto and the moral was to bring people together instead of using media to rip people apart. And doing that, you know, I just did a lot of hard work, a lot of free stuff, a lot of things of just showing people being themselves. I figured that media, and I saw that media wasn't doing that, so I just decided to give it a shot, not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. I had a great, great journey doing it, met some amazing people, did some amazing things, worked on some amazing projects, you know, and with just a lot of hard work and a bunch of sacrifice, I'm here today. I done worked on everyone's campaign in the state of Delaware, and now, you know, I'm just doing what I do and doing it with friends. My biggest accomplishment right now would have to be this, hands down, without a doubt. We want to make sure that we inform the community wholeheartedly. So again, they can have all the information that they need. For more information, you can find us at detvch.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook under DETV. Be sure to check us out. Tell me what you think.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Our first guest this morning is Scott Stein, the owner or co-owner of Bardea Food and Drink and Bardea Steak, here to talk about the opening of the new restaurant and all of its success. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. I was so excited to have you on the show. As soon as Najee
really
came over to me and said, guess who's coming on the show? I said, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. So,
well, thank you for having me.
My gosh.
It was so nice when you're opening to the show and you guys were talking about all the nonprofits. So thank you guys. I feel really part of this community down here, and then when you hear you guys talking about what you guys do, that's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
Of course. But enough about us. Let's talk about Bardea and Bardea Steak.
What is it, Bardea Pizza?
So yeah, we have Pizzeria Bardea,
right,
and we have a new taqueria, which we've taken the tradition out of calling it a Bardea product. It's called El Chingon, which translates to, we'll just say something bad in Spanish, which it's just a nickname. But it was opened up by some of our staff during COVID. We did a lot of staff meals at the restaurant, and our staff made these amazing tacos and all these great stuff.
And where can I get that from?
It's at Deco.
At Deco,
At the food hall. So we have Taqueria El Chingon.
Yes.
Pizzeria Bardea.
Oh, that place is amazing. The tacos is to die for.
You like eating tacos.
Oh, I wear them out.
And it's super cool. People that worked at the restaurant actually opened up and they created the menu.
Nice.
And it's an amazing story.
All right.
So before we dive in and talk about all the eateries, let's talk about you real quick. So what made you dive into the restaurant world? Let's share with our viewers a little bit about your background.
I'm a third generation restaurant owner. My family's been doing it their whole life, and my great-grandfather used to have a bar in Old City, Philadelphia, and it used to be on the docks where people would buy shots and beers when they were working on the docks. And he thought Old City, Philadelphia was going nowhere. So he left. Ironically, Old City became super popular, and family in Kensington and Fishtown and all those areas are now developed. And then we moved out to the suburbs. But been doing this now 25 years. I tried to go when I was in college at Penn State. Wanted to go into marketing, do something different beside restaurant. And about 2 years into my career, I got somehow dragged into the restaurant.
Pulling me back.
Not even family restaurants. I just got, I guess it was in my blood, in my DNA. And I love what we do. It's something that if you grow up in it, you're around it 24/7.
Yes.
And you always try to find a way to make it better and better. And speaking of better, last year you guys were the recipient of the James Beard Award. Right?
Yes, big deal.
Very exciting. Yes, we last year our chef and partner Antoine was nominated as a semifinalist for Best Chef in the Mid-Atlantic region.
Wow! And
congratulations, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. And then because when you're riding in Philadelphia, right, you have a bunch of restaurants in Philly that their award, they won that award, and now you come back to Delaware, you're like, I got a guy, I got a restaurant that has that same award.
It's amazing the chefs that are on the list from Philadelphia and especially DC and Maryland and New Jersey, and to have 2 chefs from Wilmington to be on that list of 5 chefs on there. It was super cool.
It's a huge honor just to be even nominated.
Right.
To be nominated and recognized by the James Beard Foundation. And for those of you who don't know, the James Beard Foundation is considered to be the Nobel Prize in the restaurant world for service, and being recognized is big. Very, very, very big. It's a true honor. It's been around for a very long time. And I believe, before we started the show, Scott was sharing with us that Bardea Food and Drink was nominated for the best new restaurant, and you guys were semifinalists for that.
Yes, we were semifinalists for Best New Restaurant in the Country.
And Best Chef.
Wow.
We were just, again, lightning strike twice. We've just been so blessed.
And just to be nominated is big.
Yeah.
Big, very, very big. So again, but it shows. And I've had the opportunity to visit Bardea Food and Drink twice now. And I share with everyone the experience and how amazing the food is, the service, the ambiance, everything. The espresso martini.
I know, it was on fire. It's on point.
So good. They're so good. But let's talk about Bardea Steak, because I know that's been in the works for quite some time now. So and it just opened. It's going to be about almost 2 months. So let's talk about Bardea Steak.
So it was kind of born out of the idea that when we opened up in Wilmington, we had Bardea going, and everyone kind of, we became familiar with the community. Everyone said, this town is a meat and potato town. Everyone loves their steak in Wilmington. And there's been a lack of, especially downtown, to have an amazing steakhouse. So we just had that in the back of our mind, and we got super excited. We're like, let's think about, down the road doing a steak concept. Of course, as soon as we finally decided to do it, COVID hits. And we had to shelf everything, but we had all the plans done. We had the concept kind of in our brains a little bit of what we were gonna do. But Bardea Steak was kind of a vision of not just the steakhouse, the quintessential steakhouse that's all over the country. We wanted to do something little like Bardea, similar style, very unique, very service driven, and a meat. We call it the meat kingdom. If you're hungry, but you have to save up your appetite to come. We don't have just a couple steaks on the menu. We really do have a bunch of different breeds and all kinds of different steaks from all over the country. But our biggest thing now at both restaurants, we don't buy any commodity bought products. Everything is sourced from local farms in the country, all over the place. The detail going into sourcing has been pretty challenging with all the supply chain issues. But we have some products at Bardea Steak that you can only exclusively get in Wilmington, which is pretty exciting for us, and people that come and travel to the city and see this selection, people were going pretty wild for it.
Right, and it's beautiful. I happened to it was my birthday weekend. I wanted to go to Bardea Food and Drink for my birthday dinner, and it happened to be opening weekend of Bardea Steak. Did not plan that. I did not expect anything, but Scott, Antimo, the family were so gracious and hospitable. They gave me a private tour of the kitchen at Bardea Steak. Wow. We saw everything. It was top notch. First off,
Right.
top notch, clean. As from a restaurateur to another, clean, but top notch. I mean, we saw everything that's going on behind the scenes. The restaurant alone is beautiful. I mean, the details, everything that from the fixtures, the light fixtures, the chairs, the tables, the bar, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely, you can tell a lot of hard work and sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears went into the creation of the restaurant, and it shows. And now it's time for it to be successful, which it is. It's the talk of the town, Scott.
Thank you.
Really is.
So I heard so far, Scott, you could get anything from a good steak, from a great steak, to ostrich.
Yeah. We really, truly, it's a meat kingdom. When I tell you, if you're not looking for a meat experience, Bardea is a great option.
Right.
But we really, Antimo's vision was really to go with all types of meat and, not put any kind of, he really went all out.
Right.
He did go all out.
What makes it really unique?
I think the thing that makes it probably is all the stuff that goes in behind the scenes, and we bring in when I was saying about commodity bulk. So when we source, we have a farm in El Paso that we keep a lot of cattle down there. So when we source that, we're getting it from the farm, bringing it right up to the restaurant. It's getting processed down in El Paso, but when it comes to restaurant, we're breaking down these meats. We're doing this all in-house.
Oh, wow.
So we have an in-house butchery. We process, we have a huge dry ager. So the work,
It's
and
huge.
we try to give tours when Vincenza came down to show people that we're not just, we get great products, but we're not just putting a great piece of meat that we just buy and just throw it on the grill or put it in the oven and just put it on a plate and make it look pretty. So much more work goes into it before. Right. That's the biggest thing. And then
so you guys cut out the middleman, and you guys are it from beginning to the end of
pretty much. I'm leaving out some stuff because I could go on for a half hour and take the whole show over about talking about. We do a lot of fermentation, which is really big around the world right now, and that's what makes our steaks bring out the big flavors and stuff that you taste on our meats. People are losing their minds over because people haven't tasted stuff like this. Is pretty wild.
And that's what I'm hearing. People you can order by the ounce, right? Yes. And I'm hearing that right there is an experience in itself that people in Delaware are not used to. Right. But the taste and the flavor of it is something that people are like, look, I will be back. I'm definitely coming back.
And we've designed it that if you want to stay simple and get a filet and get one of the popular cuts, we have those options. But it is just like Bardea. We try to do a share experience, and we want people to open their eyes up a little bit. Like, people are very conscientious of what you put in your body, and we don't pump anything into our meats. Right. Everything's beautifully done, and it is an experience in itself. And knowing that you're eating something as fresh as what we're putting on the table it's exciting.
Yeah, I think Ivan should go.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Get a tour. No, you should.
Can we get a tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to get a Good Morning Wilmington tour.
Oh,
listen,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, we can. Take a quick break. Run down to the
we'll
restaurant.
Be right back.
We're following you back to Bardea Steak.
Yeah. I would love to do that because I would love to see because everyone. I mean, I talked to Logan Herring, I talked to Vincenza, I talked to Renata, and everyone is saying Bardea Steak is where anything needs to happen. Right. They call it the closer restaurant. If you're trying to close a business deal, you take them to Bardea.
Well, there was a little pressure opening up Bardea. Was how could we match the energy? Bardea is known for great energy, great atmosphere, and obviously the accolades that restaurants accomplish. Yeah. Listen, we're human. We're a little nervous on the second one. How do we match that intensity? And we really wanted to put something out there with all our hearts. And so far, it's become the closer restaurant, just like we talked about.
There you go. Is it too late today to get reservations for this week? I need reservations.
So we are definitely jam-packed.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that are dining with, obviously, the Bmw Championship. But there are still reservations available. We don't want to ever be that place that you can't get a reservation. But they are scarce.
I'm going to call you, Scott.
So you have a table.
Hey, Scott. Can I see Scott? That's what I'm going to do. Just walk in. Can I see Scott?
So the joke is, at the host stand, if you say my name, they make you wait double.
Oh, hell no, Scott. Scott, look, thank you so much for coming, bro.
Yes.
We got to go? Commercial break? Okay, got to take the commercial
I
breaks.
know, we could talk for hours.
It's about steak, yes.
Well, restaurant food, we love
Thank you
we
guys
love
for having
having restaurateurs, local eateries on the show. But thank you so much. I know it's super busy over at Bardea Food and Drink and Bardea Steak. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to come on Good Morning Wilmington to share with our viewers about the amazing things you're doing in the city of Wilmington.
Awesome.
So thank
We're
you.
going to do a tour.
All right.
Got
Just
it.
let us know when
Got
you're ready.
It's a date.
All right, it's a date.
Thank you.
All right, Vincenzo, let's go to break real quick. Let's come back to find out what's going on with the Hispanic Heritage Month, right, India? All right, with India Cologne.
Stay tuned. NR Delaware's India Colon-Diaz is up next.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Storman's Classic Hall of Fame inductees have just reached here. We're going to induct 100 people, and all the conversation around the state is going to come to a halt because we're going to induct 100 guys and girls on September the 29th at the Chase Center at 6 p.m. Be there. Also, most of these folks participated in Storman's Turkey Drive. It always happens the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Be there, Storman's Classic 100 Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm ready. Woo!
Next up on the plaza is a person who's bringing Hispanic culture and awareness here to the city of Wilmington. She needs no introduction. If you don't know her, you've been living under a rock. She's now the vice president of the NR Delaware.
Yes.
India
NR Delaware.
Colon-Diaz.
Hello.
How'd
I'm
you throw the
excited
Diaz
to
in there?
be here. DET. Thank you for throwing the Diaz. You know, the Spanish community loves to add 50 names to the end. By the time we're done, we have like 50 of them. Yes, here. NR Delaware, nuestras raíces. I always say NR Delaware because people have a hard time saying nuestras raíces and rolling their R's.
Nuestras raíces.
But she has it.
Oh, you looking for me to say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. With it, Norestas Rariste.
There you go.
I'm getting used to the Cariati Russo.
And you say that
You
well
know what I
too,
mean?
yes. But I'm Italian, so we have to roll the R's
That's
as well.
right.
But I think that pronouncing it, we're practicing and we're supporting the culture by trying our best to pronounce
Absolutely.
it. But
I love it.
Yes. So India, the Hispanic Festival and Parade. We are
Oh,
so
yes.
excited about this. So excited, and we're so excited to have you on the show. So before we dive into Hispanic Heritage Month, let's talk a little bit about NR Delaware, because I think that's really important to touch on that.
Oh, wow. So NR Delaware, 1976. Community members, it's an all-volunteer organization. Community members from the West Side neighborhood from a church called St. Paul's that's still there and thriving to this day. They just got together and said, we really want to start celebrating our roots. So they started doing it on a volunteer basis. Fast forward some years, and Maria Matos from the Latin American Community Center became one of the volunteers and took charge of the Wilmington Hispanic Festival and Parade. Her charter was to make it a nonprofit, National Nonprofit Month. This is great. So that was her legacy to the tradition in the community. She made it a nonprofit. Fast forward 10 years later, Maria Perez, who is the president today of Nuestras Raíces NR Delaware, her charter was to focus on engaging the community, educating the community, and empowering them. So outside of it just being a festival and a parade, which is what it was traditionally known for, she said, so it's a nonprofit. What's my 10-year legacy to the organization? So I joined the board. I volunteered since 2005, joined the board in 2012. So it's been 10 years since Maria Perez took charge, and she took me under her wing and has really mentored me to kind of see and navigate the strategy in making a nonprofit that's traditionally known for a festival and a parade so much more. Now it's more, it is the one event throughout the year that is tradition in the city of Wilmington. It's 46 years in. We're really excited to come back. It's the second time after COVID that we've been able to bring it. We didn't expect what we expected last year and the return of the community in the West End Neighborhood House. So we're at 46 years in, and she has definitely hit her mark in 10 years of being the president, and it's something nice to see. Within it's always volunteers, so that's the best part. It's an ever-changing organization.
It's really one of my favorite parades.
It is a beautiful parade.
I think it is so much fun. The community that comes out. I mean, celebrating, yes, Hispanic month, day, but it's not just Hispanics, it's everyone coming together. And I love that. It's all very welcoming community, singing, dancing.
Oh, gosh.
A bunch of dancing in the street.
It's
It's
so much
hard
fun.
to find that in the city of Wilmington. It's something that could have faded away after so many years, but just the fact that you get to go into Calle Cuatro, which is 4th Street in Spanish. You go to Calle Cuatro and all of 4th Street transforms into what traditionally people may not consider, well, let me walk through this neighborhood, let me get into this neighborhood, right? It's an urban community and it might be a little intimidating, but on that day, it's transformed.
Right.
The neighborhood comes out, people come from the tri-state area, and it just turns into a big campaign of anti-violence, empowering each other, and just really enjoying each other. And it's a free experience that you only ever see come down 4th Street once a year. So that's huge for me, to see over 3,000 people just kind of start gathering in a neighborhood that they don't traditionally walk through. That draws in a crowd. The businesses there, and I'm big on economic development, the businesses in that community just thrive. And that's huge for us, to make sure that they're constantly being supported, and we welcome it.
What is the morning like, or the days leading up to it in a Hispanic household, like when they're ready for that? Because like, you know what I mean?
She's like, let me tell you something. So it's a 2-part day. So we have the Wilmington Hispanic Festival and Parade. It's a 2-part day. So we have Maria Perez and I and Will Resto and our executive board, we oversee the entire operations from start to finish. The first part is the parade. That is chaired by Delcy Morales and co-chaired by Jesse. They're volunteer members of the organizations and board members. The festival side this year, in partnership with Maxima 104.1, they're overseeing and they're chairing the festival side, bringing the concert, the food, and all of that. So it's a 2-part day. Our day starts at 6 a.m. and we are bringing in load in, load out, and everything else. But the best part of it is because it's volunteer, it's not just like our 15 individuals. This is 50 to 100 volunteers on 2 different folds come together from every organization you can imagine. And it's really exciting to see. Our outreach team does outreach a month in advance. They walk through the neighborhoods, they gave out flyers. On the flyer, they tell the community, make sure you do a big cleanup on that Friday prior to the parade. And they encourage them to decorate their houses, their cars. So that's a big campaign day. Like you just wake up that morning, you drive through the neighborhood, anywhere in the city of Wilmington, you're gonna see cars honking their horn,
with
flags
on,
from every country, throughout. And it is a beautiful experience because the entire neighborhood decorates their house, their front property, and they become part of it. So it's one time a year that I love to see the community get together.
And that's what I was going to ask next, is like preparation for it. And now what can, like, if someone never went, what can they expect, their expectation?
So one of the things that you can expect is, and I think most of the people think that these are just going to be cars coming down in a parade. You find such a diverse, so nonprofit organizations from our state jump into this parade to provide resources, because one of our charters and our legacy is to educate and empower the community. So our parade has not just turned into a showcase of the folkloric, the richness of what Hispanic culture means. It's turned into a direct resources. So now organizations reach out to us on that day so that they give out whatever materials, resources. Nerd It Now, because I know they were here recently. He was like, how can I, because I haven't been able to target the Hispanic kids in the Hispanic community. We welcome Nerd It Now to come in, give them those tokens so that they can register, get those computers. Wilmington Public Library is partnering up with us in something that, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn when they see this, but we're trying to do this big campaign that is launched at the parade where it's books and bodegas. So the corner stores, it's like the kids don't go to the library, right? Or they don't have the resource to, how can we get the books and literacy out to them? So that day, our intent is that our Wilmington Public Library is advocated for, they know it, they want to learn it, and they're giving out these great things, and they're partnering up with the local businesses, calling it Books and Bodegas, and I'm putting out into universe.
I like that. I like that.
So that's the difference. Like, you're not just going to hear the music and taste the food, but you're going to see the empowerment of resources to the community that they don't normally feel comfortable getting to.
This is huge. Yeah, this is so, it's so neat to see how the parade has evolved over the years. My first time participating in the parade, and I'm 100% Italian, and I have participated in the parade a couple of times.
Well, so you can pass for Hispanic.
I could. I could.
Latina.
I was in the AI marching band, AI High School's marching band, and they are the legacy marching band for the parade.
Marching band of our parade. They've been there since day one.
Yes,
since this parade has been
it was so much fun from that moment. And then when I became Miss Delaware USA, I was able to participate. And it's just always such a wonderful time. But I hope for good weather. So that leads me to this.
Ooh.
Rain or shine, will the parade go on?
So it is a rain or shine event.
Okay.
See, in our Hispanic culture, we acknowledge that we're indigenous communities. So that is a blessing for us. If it rains, it rains. We had one year that we had full-blown parade. The hurricane was coming through, days to the hurricane hitting Wilmington, Delaware. And the police department, everybody was like, you guys are canceling, right? I said, absolutely not.
Nope.
But I tell you what, that was one of the biggest parades we had and turnouts. And it was post-Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. So it was more than just about coming down and dancing and music. It was about a legacy of sticking to our roots, which is what raíces mean. Nuestras raíces means our roots. So, and that's founded in that. So it all kind of just mixes in. We kind of stick with it.
That's amazing. So there will be participating food vendors at the parade, so you'll be able to experience.
Yeah, so we have
delicious
food. We have Puerto Rican food, Dominican food. One of our legacy sponsors from our last 10 years, the Dominican Cafe, which is right in the heart of where this happens.
She's been there forever.
She has been one of our legacy sponsors. When we did a call to action 10 years ago, one of the biggest things we had a hard time with, our organization had a hard hit. So one of our charters was to get our organization not just to be known as a festival, but so much more. We did a call to action, and there was about 10 community people that stepped forward, and they have been with us for these 10 years consecutive. Rebecca at the Dominican Cafe, Noel Auto Sounds, Luis Prado. These individuals, if it weren't for these legacies, and I say Tom Carper, you are a senator, but Tom Carper as an individual responder of our call to action, Chris Coons, Bethany Hall, like these individuals, City of Wilmington, these are legacies. Whether we would have never been able to continue it without them. So I'm just grateful. The festival side is going to have 30, 40 vendors, headliners coming in. It's really exciting. So you could get the parade side where it's a little bit more of that neighborhood, open, free community event. And then you could see the big concert headliners right after at the Tubman Garrett Park, at the riverfront, that immediately follows, and it runs till 10 p.m. It's just gonna be a big day to learn to roll your tongues and learn some salsa.
Yes. Look, do me a favor. Can you look at the community camera? Go ahead and do your invite. You can do one in English.
Oh, yes.
I'll do them both.
Okay.
And if I stumble, I apologize.
No, don't worry about it. Better you do it than me.
Okay, so my name is India Colon-Diaz. I'm the Vice President of Nuestras Raíces. I'm here on behalf of an organization that's all nonprofit and all volunteer. We are welcoming you to the Hispanic Heritage Month that's going to be kicking off September 11th with the Wilmington Hispanic Festival and Parade. It starts at 12 o'clock with the kickoff, 1 o'clock parade. Immediately follows at 2 o'clock. Right down at the Tubman Garrett Riverfront Park, and it's going to be a great day. Food, vendors, culture, education. What more can you ask for? You want me to do that in Spanish?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to... Hola, me llamo India Colon-Diaz. Yo soy parte de Nuestras Raíces Delaware. Le estamos invitando a ustedes el 11 de septiembre a las 12 del mediodía para empezar la celebración del mes de la hispanidad. Vamos a estar con el desfile a la 1 de la tarde y después con el Festival Hispano con muchos vendedores, comida y mucho más. Lo invitamos al Riverfront Tubman Garrett Park. Estén ahí y queremos verlos bailando, disfrutando y manifestando lo que es la cultura hispana.
Gracias.
Right.
De nada.
That's all I got for you.
That's right.
I love it. India, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Can you teach Vincenza how to salsa?
I
Real
can.
quick,
He does not need to teach me how to salsa. I know how to salsa.
She knows how to salsa.
Can y'all put some salsa music on real
So
quick?
it's some merengue, some merengue.
Some merengue? Can y'all
Merengue
put some
is the
merengue
easier
on?
part.
So they can dance real quick?
That's a little side.
But
Yeah.
can you ask him, can he do that?
I can't.
Okay.
Well, don't worry, Ivan. I know.
I'm coming back with some merengue.
I know.
Yeah.
We have to take a
A
quick
break.
commercial break.
Okay,
While
'cause it's
Ivan
track
is
season.
dancing some merengue.
It's track season, baby. You know what that means?
All
What's
right.
the neighborhood house and what's the name of the track team?
Expectations
Track
Track
Club
Yes,
is
we're
here.
excited to have them on the show. We'll be right back.
Don't you love that? Like, just it's a lot of things happening over West Side.
I know.
Still to come, the 2022 Amateur Athletic Union National Club Champions.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Our next guests are members of a team bringing home the gold and exceeding all expectations. You see what I did there, right?
I saw
You
that.
saw
I
that,
saw
right?
that.
All right, so have West End Neighbor House's Above Xpectations Track Club on the Plaza. Please welcome Coach Antoine Flowers along with Dante Dockery and Anasia Farrell. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm
Wow.
excited about this
Yes.
one.
Oh, yes. Me too. Me too. So before we dive in to Above Xpectations Track Club, let's just go down the line and share with us a little bit about yourself. Dante, we'll start with
So
you.
my name is Dante Dockery, and I've actually been with this track club for 7 years now. Yeah, it's been 7 years, and I do triple jump, run the 400, mainly in the jump still. So I'm all around the track club.
All right.
Yeah. And what school do you go to?
Alexis I. DuPont High School.
Well, look, you see you showing off in terms of.
What? Represent the Tigers. Excellent. Thank you, Dante. Anasia.
Okay, so my name is Anasia Farrell. I've been with the team for about 9, 10 years, I believe, about around that area. I am their sprinter. I do the 100, the 200, and the 400.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm currently a freshman in college
What school?
for Lincoln University.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
HBCU in the building. All right.
Coach.
My name is Coach Antoine Flowers. I've been coaching the team since 2007 and just been watching a lot of these young athletes grow up from when they're 5 all the way until they're 18.
Oh, wow.
I enjoy what I do. It is a passion of mine, and I'm just happy to be here today.
No, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank
No
you.
problem. Thanks for having us.
Now, we talked about the Bmw experience. We talked about the Bardea Steak experience. Let's talk about the expectation experience. What is that? You've been coaching all this time. What's that experience like from watching them come to you and now going to college?
The experience is great, especially watching our athletes from Wilmington, Delaware. You know, you're always hearing the news about a lot of the negative things that's going on, but they bring a lot of positivity to our community.
Nice.
We serve youth from ages 5 all the way to 18, so we see them grow. We believe in academics, athletic, and attitude. That's one of the things that we do. So not only do we teach them the track and field aspects, but we do a lot of things with our high schoolers and middle schoolers. We take them on college tours, SAT prep, tutoring. I'm in the school, so if I get a phone call from a teacher or an email, I'm in the school the very next day or that same day. And then we take them all around the country. So like even this year, we were in North Carolina, we were in Florida, we competed. Last year, we took a coach bus to Texas. So we're all around. And then attitude, you know, we teach them, we do a lot of prevention with them, and we just teach them how to present themselves. So hopefully some of the lessons that we taught them will show in this interview as well. So, you know, so we just, you see the hint, like the nudge. So we're not just a track club. So there's a couple of track clubs around, but it's the whole child, the whole family that we're involved with.
Right. Let me ask you too, how have you grown since being a part of the track club?
You want to go first?
I'll go first. Okay. So I would personally say on a personal level, being young and also going to a middle school in Wilmington and being influenced by, again, like he said, negativity, it took me away from personal issues. It took me like out of the mindset that I'm even here. Like this is a different area. This is a different space for me to grow. It elevated me. It taught me a lot of things, social skills to get along with people.
Yeah.
I'm now entering a phase of where I'm running track at Lincoln. So
Right.
it's a new phase of where I got to learn new people and understand a different coaching technique, understand that, you know, take what my coaches taught me on the track team to a different track team.
Right.
Also what they taught me academically
Right.
for like the tutoring. Again, he said I was a part of those classes. So just the overall experience was just great for me on a personal level.
Nice.
Excellent.
And just to piggyback off of what she was saying, you know, back before I joined the track club, you know, my friend group, it really wasn't too good. Like I wasn't going in the right path. And as soon as I joined Above Xpectations, the friend group, just me and my social wise, it's like it got better and everything. Like I started to learn how to talk to people more, and just it made me feel like I was home when I joined this track team.
We do this a lot, right? But this is like so enlightening for both of us, right? It really makes us feel nice and beautiful inside because it's just like watching. Like I used to go to Western Neighborhood House when I was a kid, right? And that's where I learned sign language and ran track inside the building, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm on a board over there. So when I was talking to Paul was like, "Oh, you got to see our track team," and he was like, "Yeah, they practice indoors," and I was like, "Do they really?" Like, and he said, "But Ivan, they're amazing." And just to see what you're doing, Coach, to the younger generation, salute to you and hats off.
Yes.
Because when you're not at this next level, college is a whole next level.
Big.
But to have those skills, those soft and hard skills, when you go into college and you see that training might be different, and then how to interact with one another, and how to just manage your feelings and emotions in time. I think, Coach, and I believe you did a great job so far, man. So salute to you and keep it up.
Right.
All right.
I totally agree. Ivan, you can tell Ivan and I have been around each other for a long time. He's saying what I was thinking right at this exact moment. Just listening to you both speak and what it has taught you to share your story, share your experience, and that's what you're doing. Yeah. And that's a big deal, and the leadership.
Yeah.
Because now Dante and Anasia have the confidence.
And a beautiful future.
Yes, and continue to do it because you also enjoy it, right? Yes. You enjoy it, so it's also fun, right? It's fun. But I have to just go back to Above Xpectations. I noticed that the name is spelled differently. Yes. Expectations. Why the uniqueness?
Well, because we were, so I had two options. So we were either going to be college-bound athletics because our mission and our vision is to take an academic step beyond high school, or Above Xpectations. So often people walk into Western Neighborhood House and nobody really has high expectations for them. So when you're in this program, we want you to go above those expectations.
Yes,
we want you to live above the expectations that you had when you first joined our program. Yeah. So when you're representing yourself, you're representing your family, you're representing the community, we want you to be above the expectations.
Love that.
And that's how we came up with the name.
All right, Roger, I got you. Okay, so you guys and girls are learning a bunch of stuff there, right? Yeah. Academics on point. Yep. Is that true?
Cool.
What we got? What we finished the year with?
Finished the year off with?
Yeah.
This year was a 3.0.
Okay.
Mine was a 3.55.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, now we got that out the way. Let's talk about that little pesky award that you won. that little thing. You got that because that is actually the not the reason why you run, right? It's the byproduct of which you receive, and that trophy shows who you are: hardworking, determination, sacrifice. What was that like when you won that award?
It was right after I got done doing the 4x4. I was kind of exhausted, but at the same time, I feel great. All the hard work, it paid off. And that trophy literally said it.
Did you cry?
I mean, I ain't cried. I was too tired.
But you were overwhelmed with joy. I'm sure that feeling, especially, yes, you were so tired, but you were still overwhelmed with that joy. And it was deserving.
It was like bittersweet. Like I feel as though I ended off my season in a great direction.
Oh, nice.
So like to be around a lot of people and we go out with a bang and we have awards and we're all like cheering together. It was like, dang, like this is it. Like this is what it was. But then it was like good that this is what it was at the same time. Like this is it. Yeah.
Does it make you hungry?
It's a motivation. It's a lot of motivation.
Yes.
Does it?
Didn't even hesitate. I love that.
Like what's next? Like
Yeah, it's like okay, we got some moves to make. Like, okay, we doing this. Okay, so what's better than this? Where can we go further?
So after getting it, after winning, right? How do you look at training now? Is it different, or are you going harder?
I believe that I feel like I don't want to say we didn't think about it, but it's like the training that we did thus far has got us here. So of course it's like better expectations, like you said. So now our expectations are risen. Like it's like, okay, we have this capability. So now let's see what else we can do to make us go harder or make us come with a better outcome.
Yeah. We had a team meeting the other day and we were talking about like us, like I created this in my basement, right? And now we're here and the conversation was, everybody wants to be at the top of the hill, but staying there is a whole nother journey. So like that, my question is like, so what are you going to do now to stay there, to stay a winner, to stay, competing at the highest level? What are you going to do? And coach, what are you going to do to get them there?
So with that victory, it was amazing because it wasn't just like a small group of people. So we're statewide, and everybody contributed. So a lot of people were willing to sacrifice and do, like Anasia ran the 4x8. She's a sprinter. If you know anything about track and field, sprinters do not like the half a mile at all. And she sacrificed.
Did you really?
I ran the 4x8, but running the 4x8, it made me realize that like I'm athletic as a whole. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, not just a sprinter. I am capable of doing a lot of things around track.
Like, no, I'm an athlete.
If I can do a 4x8, I can be an athlete.
But you earned that.
Yeah.
You earned the time, the work, the sacrifice, the blood, sweat, and tears to earn that.
Right.
And now it's preparing you for the next step in life. And I always say that the mentality of an athlete is a good mentality to have, because you may not be competing for something, but you're competing in life now.
Right.
And now you are trained, you're disciplined, and waking up, going to practice, eating healthy, taking care of yourself. And now when you go into college, you have to do the same thing, but now you're competing in life, and you acquired those skills from being Above Xpectations Track Club, being in the club, but also training for these competitions, these small competitions that led you up to this point, and that will prepare you for the next chapter in life. And I love the mentality of an athlete because I think that it does set you up for success.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
They motivate me.
Yeah.
Do that.
So a lot of times, with your question, it takes the village. So it's not just the coaches giving them there; they inspire us. So we didn't go to Florida thinking we were going to win. We've been there so many times, and we placed 7th, we placed 9th, we placed 8th, and then last day we realized, wait a second, we might actually win this. Me and Coach Collins, and Coach Bruton, we were in the corner calculating scores. Well, if we do this and do that, we might come around and win. And the whole community of our athletes, I mean, he was in the last event that secured us the victory. He could tell you that all around the track was above expectations.
Where was it at? Where was it held at?
Orlando, Florida.
Wow. So, and look, we were so anxious to dive into the interview here. We didn't even name the name of the championship, right? Is the 2022 the Amateur Athletic Union Championship.
Club Championship.
Championship. Oh my God.
So
we got, I was thinking like
excited. We got so excited.
More than 300 clubs, international. So we were going against Team Puerto Rico, Bahamas, Jamaica, and small.
This is just not a Delaware thing.
Oh,
this
no.
is national.
It's the big leagues.
So what y'all telling me, let's get this right? So what y'all telling me is your track team got a national championship amongst about 300 people.
Wow.
Great freaking job.
Congratulations. That's
Great.
amazing.
I see why Paul was like, yo, Iv, you got to talk to him. Iv, you got to talk to him. Wow. How does everyone else feel on the team?
Ecstatic.
Are they going to college as well?
Yes. We have 100% graduation rate for our program. So everybody does not choose the path of college, and we don't push them, but we give them the opportunities. For instance, we just went to Junior Olympics in North Carolina in Greensboro, and while we were there, we were introducing track coaches and taking them on college tours and giving them that experience. But our goal is for everybody to take an academic step beyond high school. I know that Dante was talking to a couple of track coaches there, as well as Ugendi, who is New Balance. He was New Balance national champion, as well as Junior Olympic champion, and is U.S. number 4.
Yes.
He was getting calls from University of Miami, Arizona State University, USC. And then one of our guys, he just got a track scholarship for javelin, which is illegal in Delaware, to MIT. So we're all around.
Yeah. So look, we gotta go. We gotta go.
They're giving you a signal.
She back there landing a plane. Look, but let me say this because I grew up over South Bridge, right? And I've seen with what college and sports can take a person, and I've seen people make a lot of crazy decisions. What I want to tell you is make good decisions. right? Your future, you both, and everyone else on your team. I haven't seen them here, but everyone, you have an amazing future. Keep doing what you're doing. Train. Listen to your coaches. Get that education and go out there and change the world.
Yes.
We salute you over here, and that's from brother from the hood to y'all, sister from the hood to y'all. Like, look, go out there and win that damn thing. Like, keep it up because, like, when they said, remember when we was growing up, right? They were like, the children are the future, right? And you be like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? And then when you get there, you get older, you be like, yo, no, this is freaking refreshing to hear, you guys out there running. Okay, real quick, who's your favorite track star?
I'm gonna have to go with Jonathan Edwards only because he wrote a triple jump record.
Okay.
Mine is currently Gabby Thomas simply because I think we run similar and I like what she just graduated from like Howard or something. She's like in her doctorate and she's an Olympian. So it's like you can do both. You don't gotta do one.
What are you majoring in?
Biology.
Okay, what are you gonna major in?
I want to major in kinesiology.
All right, look, we gotta go. When we get back, for more information, I'm sorry, Coach. Tell this community camera. I am so shocked right now. I'm like stoked. Tell people about your organization, where they can find you.
Above Expectations, we're located at West End Neighborhood House. We are statewide. We even have people in Pennsylvania that's on our team. If you're interested for more information, please go visit the West End Neighborhood House website at westendnh.org.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Vincenzo, another beautiful show.
Oh, yes, that one was a good one. Another great show. We have some amazing superstars in the state of Delaware. Really amazing.
Capeless superheroes is what we call them here on DETV.
Yes.
So let's get out of here. Thank you to our sponsors, Dark Transit. So if you see those big buses that run around Wilmington and throughout the state of Delaware, they are definitely a sponsor of Good Morning Wilmington. Well, just let me say DETV.
Yes.
And Wi-Fi.
Yes, and Balance, Strength, and Fitness. Thank you so much for your generosity. And please follow us on all social media platforms. Tune in every Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. live. Good morning, Wilmington.
Good morning.